Flosstube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Amanda Mae, and this is my channel, Ardith Design. You can find my patterns and artwork and fabric and notebooks and all those good things on my website at ardithdesign.com. And this is Mr. Loki here, and this is Miss Luna. And they are my rescue pugs, and they have decided that they are going to be my little show co-hosts. I come to sit down in this chair, and they both immediately say, okay, let's film a video. Welcome. This is my Flosstube video 54. If you are new to my channel, welcome. And if you are returning, I'm so happy that you came back to visit with me. This week has been a very interesting week. So I have some almost fully finished things to show you in preparation for the Maryland State Fair entry. I have my new release, my Boobies Apiary pattern, and I want to talk to you all about that and the saga behind that. I've got some haul and some adventures. I've got a bunch of video, like vlog style, that I'm going to insert at the end of this video. So if you want to just see me now, here I am. And then at the end, I will insert the video of my week and escapades. One thing that I realized when I'm videoing is that I love to find all of the pretty artwork and architectural elements when I'm out and about. Yes, I love cross stitch, but I also believe in seeing the beauty in things around us and beauty in the everyday. So there is some video of that. And yes, I put these things on my pugs. All right, let's get started. First off, I appreciate everybody's well wishes about my vehicle situation. And yes, I ended up getting a new car. Yay! 7 years in the making. So I feel very fortunate for that, and learning just the new idiosyncrasies of having a different vehicle. And okay, I'll take them off. Look at these little things. How cute. Little dog costumes have come such a long way, I tell ya. I got a new vehicle, and so I was able to stitch in the dealership for a little bit, but not enough to really show you my progress. I ended up pulling out Comfort Lighthouse, and that felt really good to get some stitching done on that. I had to then rip out some stuff because when you're in a public place and you got 2 kids and you're, you know, I was just happy that I had the project with me. I went on an adventure on, nope, you can't have that. You can't have that. Okay, well, I guess pugs are telling me I got to show you this right now. I went on an adventure on Saturday. I went to the Architecture Museum in Frederick, and I will be posting video later of that. And then I stopped at the thrift store, and I got these for the loom. Makes me think of Misty Purcell, Luminous Fiber Arts, and my friend in West Virginia who is a weaver. I used to baby wear, and, you know, custom wraps and hand woven stuff is very... It's beyond my ability. But I appreciate the accessories. I got, and this is for Michelle Bendy Stitchy. Put it on a trivet. I found these 2 trivets. Oh my goodness. And then pugs are finding every little thing to chew on. All right. And this one was already ready, and it's already popped out to attach your cross stitch on. And look at this. It's like a little, look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I would just use this as a template and then mount my cross stitch right inside. So I'm happy I got these 2. I actually tried to buy a couple other trivets, but the wrought iron was actually like busted on it, which I have never seen before. Things you learn, right? So I've got trivets, I got those little accessories, and then one of the stores we went to on Friday, they have a free toy bin, and my kids like to pick out, they each like to pick out a free toy. And then Mama, I was selfish. I made a donation, okay? I made a donation, but they had this in the free bin, and I thought this was perfect. Don't blink. It was in the bin. I had to have it. And I've got my Doctor Who shirt on today. Trick or treat in the TARDIS, exterminate the don't blink angel, and then, oh my gosh, the episode with the kids with the breathing masks. Oh my gosh, that is seriously one of the freakiest episodes. Anyway, so I have another little goodie, and I'm wearing my Halloween and my orange because while I had a fantastic time celebrating Christmas in July, hashtag Kissmas in July, SAL, hashtag Flossmas, while I had a tremendous time and I finished 3 Christmas ornaments, one of which I cannot wait to show you, but I gotta get the okay to show you first. Okay, exciting. But I did ornaments, I did Christmas stitching, I even pulled out, oh my God, as I drop everything, I pulled out my Christmas stuff. So while I love Christmas, I'm so excited to get going on my autumn stitching. My boobies, Apiary. So exciting. I love it. I'm so excited. And I just posted before I started filming. Today is Tuesday. So I usually film the day before this airs. And I just posted on Instagram like an hour before I started filming, and the tremendous support and well wishes. I really appreciate all of you and all of your positive comments about my cross stitch piece. Oh my gosh. This is stitched on the light sand 32 count linen. I got this piece at the stitching post, and it was a narrow piece to begin with. It is 60 stitches wide by 160 stitches long, and it's got 14 colors in the design. And I did use, for the orange and for the purple, it is Fragrant Cloves, which is the Gentle Art Simply Shaker threads. And I used the Weeks Dye Works Mulberry, which is that really deep purple. And until this year, I had never tasted a real mulberry before, but I can attest that mulberry, the thread, is indeed the same color as mulberry, the fruit, the berry. And fun fact, mulberries grow on trees. Silly goose. I have to organize my Christmas stuff a little bit better. I do. I'm not gonna lie, it's a mess. But I had to show this. I kind of like accidentally fangirl people, and I apologize. I just really love cross stitch, and y'all inspire me. Okay, I watch Amy Loves Toads, and Amy is a Virginia stitcher, and she loves all things, you guessed it, toads and gardens. But she is stitching this beautiful Santa piece, and I found it in my stash. I didn't even realize I had it. And it just made me really happy to see that. And yes, I did pay 10 cents for that. Smoky Mountain Christmas, artwork by Linda. I went to one of the big box stores, and I got some finishing supplies, again, for the fair and just for like general stuff. So I picked up this paper mache book, and I love it. I'm really excited about it. And all I can think about is like the spell books and the book. I think Witchy Stitcher has the Hocus Pocus pattern and all the really fun. And I'm like, what can I make Halloween to put on this? I got just another basic like paper mache circle box. And then I got my peg stuff to make the little peg people as part of that, the Christmas ornament. I showed it in my last video, anyway, I'm really excited. So I got more stuff because I need a decoupage. I'm not doing enough in my life that I need to stop what I'm doing and do toll painting and decoupage on top of my cross stitch finishes, because Hashtag make all the things. My pile of stuff fell thanks to the pugs, so I'm a little scattered, excuse me. In my bag that Tifa of Express Life Tifa made me, I have my color palette for my reproduction sampler that I am currently charting and reproducing. I have stitched 2 of the motifs on smaller pieces of fabric, and then I am trying to chart out the large piece. And what has inhibited me is, number 1, my sampler is on uneven weave linen, and it's roughly a 30 count. It's like a 28 by 30. So that missing stitches and the gaps and stuff, and Kitten Stitcher, Teresa Vanette of Shakespeare's Peddler, does a great job of discussing antique samplers and understanding kind of the differences in how like stitches get messed up or maybe a half stitch off, and over time that half stitch, when you're going across 300 stitches, all of a sudden it can add up really fast. Well, that is what's happening with my sampler as I'm just charting it. Is not only is it a large piece, it's 21 inches square on an uneven weave. So wrap your head around that. It's roughly, over like close to 300 stitches across. So the errors are compounding. So I'm at the point now where I think this is not going to necessarily be a reproduction sampler. It's going to be an adaptation of my 1839 sampler, which I am okay with, and I'm really excited. So in that, it's in my bag, and so I've got my palette, my color palette for my reproduction sampler. Let me just throw stuff everywhere. Oh, also, my pugs have found that they like to find and chew on my sulky spools, so I have to make sure everything is zipped really tight. Okay, so that's my color palette for one, and then this in here is my color palette with a couple of these actually that coincide for my Shakespeare's Peddlers Here Lie My Needles pattern. And Teresa was very gracious. I noticed I have the first printing of her pattern that she released over a year ago. The first printing, and the key symbols for the back here, like the key, doesn't match with the chart. And she was very gracious. I messaged her, and she went ahead and sent me the correction and a really nice and thoughtful note. So if you have the first printing of Here Lie My Needles and your symbols are not matching up, go ahead and contact her. I will say though that I did lose momentum because I did the color conversion from her charted colors to sulky. So that took a bit of time to do the color conversion. And then I'm all set to start stitching, and my symbols and stuff don't match up. So I did put this on timeout, and I'm okay with that. And then I started, because I'm an impulse starter, the fabric I was going to use on that pattern, I started another project on it. Story of my life. So actually, I should say the moral of the story is I need more fabric and I need more project bags. Clearly, I'm doubling up. And I need more floss. I feel like that is the moral of this story. I need more floss, fabric, and project bags. There we go. Okay. I worked on the finishes for my 2 projects. My Boobies Apiary. In order to enter this into the fair, and I've decided to enter it into the fair, I do need to follow the rules, so I need to back this with the brown paper and then put in the hardware screws, and then it'll be ready to go. And so I'm going to enter that into the fair. And then I really appreciate all of you and all of your really, really, really kind words about me entering. I just appreciate it. And I know I got to get over myself and get in my car and I have no excuse about my vehicle not running correctly because I got a new car, so there's literally no excuse. I need to get my little booty down to Timonium and enter this into the fair. And with that, let me move my little pumpkin out of the way. I worked on my mermaids, my flowers of the sea, and I thought about it more and more that I am not going to put it on the bowl, the silver bowl, because I can't hang it right, I can't enter it properly, all the things. So I've decided to put it on a frame, and here is the frame, and here is, so what I'm gonna do, I found this frame after I stretched and did all the things to this, right? This is my Barbara Anna flowers from the sea. I added the beadwork, and then I went ahead and added the trim. Here is a hand-painted silk scarf remnant. I know, say that 3 times fast. I got this beautiful hand-painted silk scarf at the thrift store, and of course it's starting to rain because it's Maryland. Anyway, my kids decided to start playing, and they were doing, I apologize, it is starting to storm and the dogs are apparently not liking the sound of the rain, so I gotta hold them close. I decided to put Barbara Anna, the mermaid, in the round frame, and I would just like to say I should have bought my compass to cut my round out before, and anyway, I made a mess. I decided to use my basket that I got to put some of my goodies in for finishing, and I'm really happy I did that. And the utensil thing holds my best press. Let's talk a little bit more haul. I picked this up this week. Literally right after leaving the dealership, we stopped at a thrift store because I have no self-control. And I found this and I loved it, so I grabbed this. And I also got this at another store this week. It is a new old stock. And it's the Crafter's Pride Stitch-A-Mug. And it comes with 14 count Aida to stitch, and it's I feel like I need to make this happen. So that's 2 of my haul. I also stopped and got this piece, and I had been eyeballing this for a long time, and finally it was 50% off, so I went ahead and bought it. And then it is got some damage, but this is a vintage caster set. And it was one of those things they put on the table with the salt and the pepper and the oil and vinegar all together and like real fancy. But I thought, what if I put like repurposed shot glasses or glassware, and then I could use this to put sewing clips or other little things on my desk. Creative crafting containers. What we're going to talk about is my killer score that I got. There's a house that I had stopped at a couple years ago, and they had a big yard sale, like a crafting yard sale, and I ended up getting one of my Christmas trees, which goes in my kitchen. I ended up getting that Christmas tree at that yard sale. So I had recognized the house, and I was driving by, and they had this sign that said free stuff. And it was on a Saturday afternoon that I drove by, so it looked like they had just finished their yard sale, and then what had not sold, they put out with a sign that said free. And I stopped. And I got some free stuff. I got this board, and it's toll painted, so I got that. And then I got this big piece of Aida fabric. And I'm going to insert a video at the end here that shows the process of I cleaned this, and then I cut out a piece of the fabric. So I cleaned this. It was free. It was in the free bin. I don't know what to do with it, everyone. That's my big piece of Aida. It's 14 count. Really excited. It had the original sticker, sales receipt on it. I got a scroll rod frame. Again, watch my video at the end. And then I got this piece of lace. This is what it was white, but I changed it out. So I got this. I have this. And then this was a piece that I cut out. This is the final product, my fabric. I cut it out of the larger piece, and this is 14 count, and I dyed this. I love it. I've never done anything with this much color contrast, so that was really fun. And then, because I literally could not stop myself, and my kids were having a good time, and when your kids are happy and you can just keep going, then it's worth it, right? So I pulled out of my own stash this piece of 18 count Aida, and I tried with the charcoal gray, and that's what this came on. And then I added some fuchsia and some other stuff. So I did that, and then ironed and pressed it and everything. So I have some new fabric, which I feel really good about. I went to, so those are the things I got for free, and I cleaned them, and I feel good about having them in my home, and I helped keep it from going in the landfill. I also stopped this week at the library, and thank you again, Amy Loves Toads. Amy talked about this book in her last Flosstube video, and I said, yes, please. Every single quilt in here I want to make. Period. Every single quilt I want to make in this book. My ability to do it, what do they say? Your desire doesn't necessarily match the time you have to do it. But this is the tree quilt that I want to do, which is exactly the tree quilt that Amy is doing. I don't know what colors. I don't know. I love it. I will link the book down below. I am working on my magazine protector, putting my magazines in my binders, because again, everyone, it is back to school season here in the United States, which means that binders are out and readily available. They have so many different patterns and awesome things, really fun things like for your organization. And then if you just like plain solid colored binders, they're out right now too in abundance. The last thing I want to talk about is, because I haven't even taken down my patriotic stuff, I am thinking about starting my patriotic stitching. I got this at a thrift store, and it's 32 count natural linen. So it's a used piece of fabric with my fancy flosses and DMC. And I want to stitch the Happy Birthday, Mr. President. It's the complimentary chart from Plum Street Samplers. She loves all the patriotic stuff. So do I. So I'm thinking I'm going to start that project because I need more activities in my life. All right. I just thank you so much, everyone, for your support, and I can't wait to see everyone's autumn stitching. If you would like to get my Boo Bees Apiary pattern, I have it available for digital download through my store, and a paper copy I have available too. So either way, I did go, y'all, you'd be so proud of me. I went to the printers. I did. I have been trying to get to the printers for about 3 months now. Yes, 3 months. I know. But with the children, it's really hard to go because they want to touch the equipment, and it's just too much. So I was able to go to the printers and get everything printed out. So I was cutting my paper, I was packing them in the pretty packaging, I was doing all that stuff. It was awesome. I was at the printers entirely too long, but it got done. So I am pleased to announce that I'm in love. I'm in love with paper copies of my design. I don't know how to explain it. The first print chart, the first and only one that I had ever done was my banana pants Purdy pattern. My fangirling to just keep stitching Pam and Steph. that was the first ever print pattern that I had created. And I did not have a pleasant experience working with the print company that I had. This is a different print company now. Anyway, it made me sad. And again, with the 2 kids, I just can't get down to the printer and the formatting and everything. And I know Kathy Haberman had discussed this before, you know, the idiosyncrasies of charting, things can not line up. So it's not like you want to just email it to them and have them print out your huge order and then have something be wrong. You need to physically be on site to edit and do all the things, right? So I'm learning a lot, and I appreciate everyone's support. And again, if you want a paper copy, I got them. And if you like digital, I got that too. Oh, okay. Do you want to say goodbye and thank you? Okay. Yes. So before we go, giveaway winner. I'm going to insert the video here. Righty. Okay, I am going to hit the random comment generator to see our giveaway winner. Select a filter you would like to use. Anything goes. Yeah, okay. Loaded 36 comments. Okay, pick a winner. E. Martin. E said, I am cross-stitch again after many years and found the Threads and Twine shop not far from my home. What a gem. Your Flowers by the Sea project is so cute, and I purchased the pattern and others a few days ago from this shop, and I'm anxious to get going on it. Thanks for your inspiration, and I love your channel. How exciting is that? So someone who's local to Threads and Twine just won the Threads and Twine giveaway. Yay, congratulations. I'm going to comment on your comment. Congratulations. Yay, get a hold of me. Thank you, Threads and Twine, for sponsoring this giveaway. I really appreciate it. And again, I appreciate all of you. You all bring so much joy and just wonderfulness to my life. I feel so grateful and honored that you are spending time with me this week. And I cannot wait for episode 55 next week. So stay tuned for that. Have a great stitching week. Take care. Yeah, at Indian food. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Look at this mural. Isn't that pretty? We went to the lunch buffet and it's really, really good. And I recommend it. I am in the dealership and they actually have a gift store. They have a bunch of stuff. Kids got popcorn and a hot dog. All right, I am sitting here. I've got my cross stitch. Yep.
So we at a car place.
Yeah, we're at the car place.
We buying a new car.
Are we buying a new car?
Yeah, and I hope you like our new car.
Oh, are we showing everyone our new car?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope you like it too. So we went to a buffet.
Did we go to a buffet?
Yeah.
Did we go to the Indian food buffet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hope everybody wants. I hope everybody likes a food.
You hope everybody likes the food? I didn't video the food, honey.
And I hope you love it too.
You hope you love it too?
Unicorns are magical.
Are unicorns magical?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
What's your favorite kind of unicorn?
my favorite kind of unicorn is a magic unicorn with all the colors of a rainbow.
All the colors of the rainbow. Is that like your cotton candy tutti frutti?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to talk about puppies?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to?
We got new pugs.
Do we have 2 new pugs?
Yeah, named Loki
Yeah.
and Yuna.
Loki and Luna. Yeah. What do you like to do with your pugs?
I like to play with the pugs.
Yeah.
Go outside with the pugs.
You like to go outside with the pugs?
And also follow the pugs.
Follow the pugs?
Then that's other stuff.
Yeah, like what?
Like eating popcorn.
Yeah? Let's talk about now.
I want to talk about now teaching radio.
You want to talk about what?
Showing and teaching and stuff.
Oh, you want to talk about stitching?
Yeah,
Like what? What do you want to talk about? Do you want to tell them about your project you're working on?
yeah.
What are you working on?
I'm working on making a unicorn.
Are you working on making a unicorn?
Yeah.
All right, I am at the park with my kids, having a nice little reprieve from the heat. It's still, I would say upper 70s, lower 80s right now, but not nearly as bad as it was last week. I packed up some stuff to ship off for Stitchy Kindness. We went to the post office, we went to the library. I had a quilting book to pick up, and then we left the library and came to the park. And I really want to go to the quilt store after this, but I think that's asking too much of the kids. All right, I stopped at the side of the road for the free stuff. Super excited. You see that right there?
Yes.
That is 14 count Ada fabric that I found. I have to wash it, and I'm probably going to wash it with hot water and really get the gunk out of it. It's got the original sales ticket on it from 1994, 14 count, and the person cut out a big chunk, but there's still a bunch left, and as you can see, it's stained and stuff. So this will definitely be some sort of like wabi-sabi fabric. Yeah, wabi-sabi fabric. Yes. Yes. Okay. So there's my 14 count. Like I said, look, it's stained. It was free though. I like free. So this needs to be washed, and I'm going to dye it and see what I can do with that. In the bag, and I also grabbed this piece of like lace cut work. I'm not sure, and it's wet. It looks like it was maybe left outside overnight, and the storms and the early morning dew got it. But it's got staining, but it's got some really neat cut work and like lace stuff.
Don't eat the plants, Yuna.
No eating plants, honeys. I found this board with the like toll painting on it, and I loved it. I picked this up. And then because I'm a sucker for the mid-century, I found these and I just love them. So I grabbed that, and then look at this scroll rod. Hello, isn't that neat?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I don't know how to, I've never used one of these before, so I've got to figure out if it's missing anything.
Right.
Yeah, exciting.
Yeah.
I washed the fabric on hot. I dried it on a hot dryer, just because this was outside in the free bin, and it had gotten some of that dew, probably the morning dew, like it had been left out overnight. Maybe. So there's the staining, but as you can see, I did not serge the edges before I washed and dried this fabric. So yeah, there is a lot of fraying. I'm going to dye it as is, and then I'll go back through and serge the edges. You can see the staining where it had been folded and creased over time still, but I'm gonna go ahead and dye this. I think it'll be fun. Alrighty, I put my lace in and the tiny piece of Ada that I cut off from the larger piece, and we'll see if my experiment works out. Feeling pretty good. This is that scrap that I just got on the side of the road in the free bin. I dyed it, and I like the way it turned out. Totally different than anything I've ever done before, and pretty stoked. This was that tiny piece I cut off of that like yard of fabric from 1994. And I've got the lace in right now. I added some charcoal gray, so we'll see if it turns out. Yay! Oh my goodness. I got a Birkin pug. You can definitely tell I'm an amateur dyer, but this is what I ended up doing, and I love it. I mean, it's definitely rough, but can't beat free, and I was able to practice with doing some gradients. So I'm excited. Here is my last piece of fabric. that I tried, and I love the color. It's wet right now, so we'll see when it looks like when it dries. I found some really fun stuff. We found the black velvet painting with the glitter.
Wait.
But look, there's a matching set. Okay. Hold on, we're gonna show everything. This is a needlepoint. Yeah, so you gotta let go. Okay. And then I found this. This is a machine embroidery that somebody did. It's machine embroidered.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I wanted to show this piece. This is on a piece of linen, and somebody painted on the linen and put it in a little shadow box.
Wait, I like it.
Do you like that one?
Yes.
It's a sand dollar.
Oh.
I like that. And then look at this one. This is ribbon embroidery. This is ribbon art.
Yeah, it looks like flowers.
Does it look like flowers?
Yeah.
So that's done with silk ribbon, and it's painted.
Oh, I love it.
Do you love that?
Yeah.
Awesome. And then I found this one. It's a cross stitch, and it's on 14 count
Oh,
Aida.
I love 13.
Do you like 14 count
Yeah.
Aida? Yeah? You love 14 count Aida, so this is like for a brother and sister. We had a good day today. We went to the Architecture Museum in Frederick, the historic site. I'm going to be posting the videos on that for the flax and for the home tour. We stopped at a couple stores. I got some finishing supplies for my cross stitch, and we stopped at one of the thrift stores, and I found some goodies. And all in all, it was a pretty good day. The pugs, they're happy to be out. We're playing and having a good time. And yeah, life is good. Oh, and on the way home, we're listening to the radio in our new car, and they were playing Crash Test Dummies, and all I could think about was Pam and Steph and their stories on Crash Test Dummies. So it was fun to be listening to them in the car ride home. Okay,